Man, Carolina lost today in the ACC tournament. But congrats to Florida State. Only a couple teams have beat Carolina and Duke twice in a season, so they more than deserve the win. But yeah, congrats to Florida State. Thought I'd get that out of the way because I'm filming this right after the tournament ended. So, but we'll get them in the NCAA tournament. So when you pick your brackets, put Carolina at the top. Yeah, so I already filmed the contest winners, how I picked it and everything, and that will be at the end of this video or in the second part of this video. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be yet, so yeah, I just want to say thank you for everybody that asked questions. This is my first question and answer video too. And thank you to all my subscribers. I actually just hit 600 since my 500 subscriber contest aired, and that's ridiculous. I mean, it's awesome. So thank you everybody once again for subscribing. Hopefully I'm pretty sure I have all the questions and answers, and so let's get to it. A few things. I am kind of excited the way gaming's going, and kind of not excited. I would really love to see with the next, next 10 years, like a 3D console come out. I think that would be awesome. I'm not sure if it's realistic. And I would like to see consoles look as good as games do on PCs, because every time I play a PC game, it's like, or I should say see a PC game, because I don't really play them. The graphics always look better, of course. But as far as the downsides into modern gaming and the way things are going, I'm an Xbox guy, so there's rumors that the next Xbox is gonna not be disc and could all be downloadable content, which would really suck, because then you don't actually have the game in hand, and as a collector you always want to, it's kind of, a must. You got to have the actual game. I mean, it would be stupid without it. So yeah, I think married couples and gaming is awesome, especially if they, the guy and the girl are both gamers. I think that's really cool. Or if your wife will put up with your hobby and what you like and don't try to change you, I think that's awesome. Like 49er Nation 1, I met his fiance. She seemed really cool. It's really cool that she lets him pursue his hobby, and actually goes out and finds games with him and stuff. So that's really cool. I have played one Pokemon game, and I played it for about 30 seconds to make sure it worked, and it was on a multi-cart for the Game Boy Advance. And yeah, that's the only Pokemon game I've played, and I just never got into them. The Dreamcast is, in my opinion, one of the best consoles ever made. Definitely, I think the best Sega console ever made. I personally, when I was a kid, never owned one. but now that I own one, I'm definitely getting more into it. But it was kind of, I'm pretty sure it was like a short-lived console. So hopefully Sega comes out with, you know, a new console in the future. I don't think they ever will, but you never know. We might get lucky. I do not play handhelds. Call of Duty right now is my game of choice. I've always played, well, I've played the last 4 or 5 Call of Duties. Yes, they're repetitive. It's the same shit over and over, just new maps. But I am super competitive online. I get into it pretty hardcore, and it's one of the few games that I'm actually like really good at. I don't think there's much skill involved as there is reaction time, but Call of Duty is, in my opinion, one of the best series ever made. So yeah, I do play modern games. Call of Duty and Halo, pretty much. That's about it. Every once in a while, maybe I'll play a arcade game on Xbox Live, but yeah, those are my modern games I play. Modern kids playing retro games, I think is awesome. I think it's critical to keeping retro gaming alive, because as the generation that grew up on Nintendo and all that gets older, a lot of them are going to start selling off their collections, and somebody has to buy it. And if there's no kids playing retro games now and not getting into it, nobody's going to buy it, which will ultimately suck. So yeah, on YouTube I see a ton of kids getting into retro games. So it's really cool that kids want to learn and also play, the old games versus just new games. Would I like Nintendo to make a new NES? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm gonna take it in the way that a new Nintendo NES that doesn't fuck up all the time. If so, then yes. I have used Game Genie to make it easier. As I get older, my patience grows thinner. It's usually the opposite. Should be becoming more patient as you grow older. But yeah, I mean, I've used it on like some Mega Man games that I just couldn't get through because it just pisses me off, and I just want to tear through the game real quick and be over with it. But yeah, I've definitely used it a few times. I try not to use it unless I'm just bored and I just want to like fly through a game. Favorite mascot? Tar Heel. And if you're saying mascot in a game, I'm gonna pick the Tar Heels mascot out of any NCAA basketball game ever made. That would be my boxed NES games. I got like 31 of them, and they were all mint. That's definitely my best deal on Craigslist, including the Zeldas and a couple other rare games in there. So yeah. Game that made me pull my hair out? Gauntlet. Because they try to trick you, you start going up the board, and as of course is a top scroller. So you start going up, and then you go through the door or whatever, and then you end up and you're in the same spot, and you're in the same spot, and you're in the same. It's fucking annoying. I would have to go with Barbie for the NES. And if you haven't seen James Nintendo Nerd review, you have to go check it out. I'll put the link right here. Mario Party 2. It's I've played the hell out of that game. I actually played it when I was in high school. Used to play it every lunch break when we leave the school, skip lunch, and go to my friend's house, and we would play that for a couple years actually. Never bought a game and never received it, so I can't really answer that question. First channel I subscribed to, I'm pretty sure it was EDT 1138, because I contacted him from my other channel, Juvie81, and then created my channel, and he was the first one to subscribe to. So yeah, if you haven't checked them out, which I'm sure you have, his link will be right here. I can't really remember that far back, but I'm pretty sure it's Pong, or a version of Pong, like tennis or hockey or something like that. Atari Flashback 1. The games play alright, but it's just cheaply made. The newer ones, like the Flashback 3, 2 and 3 are better. Don't feel as cheap. The rest of the systems I own are pretty badass, so I like all my other ones. I fucking hate Tetris. I always sucked at it. I always got my ass kicked, and I could never fucking get the pieces to come down and turn it and move it in the right spot. I fucking suck at it. Favorite NES game? That's a tough question. I have so freaking many of them. I gotta say either Super Mario 3 or Contra. It just my favorite. I don't know. Contra I played with my friends a lot, and Super Mario 3 was just the shit because you could fly. SSBB character? I'm assuming you mean Super Smash Bros. Never really got into that game too much, but when I did play, I used Yoshi because I use him in pretty much any game I play, like Mario Kart and shit. So yeah, Yoshi, even though I didn't really get into that game too much. Favorite unlicensed NES game? I have to go with Gauntlet. Holy Grail for gaming? I mean, it's pretty much like a lot of people's. If I could find a gold Nintendo World Championship card, yeah. It really couldn't get much better than that. Unless I found a North America release Stadium Events sealed in the box. I think I would actually take that over the gold. So, yeah. Movie Drive, 2011. Never seen it. Yoshi, man. Of course, Yoshi. Where's Yoshi at? Yoshi, right there. I don't know. I just always pick him. He's the coolest one, man. I mean, freaking awesome. I'm embarrassed to say, but no. I cannot fucking beat it without a Game Genie. That game is all about patterns, and I always sucked at trying to remember patterns on games, which is like half of the NES games. But yeah, I can only get like halfway through. I just suck at it. I'm not that. I like playing Mike Tyson Punch Out, but I'm just not that good at it.